I want you to imagine it's Monday morning, your boss comes to you and says, why did this KPI go up from here to here in the past year? Today, I'm going to show you how to properly answer this with a waterfall chart in Excel. My name is Matt, and I've been working with data for the past 5 years now, and I want to help you use it to make smarter decisions. So what is it exactly that your boss is asking for? Let's say you're working for an airline, and you're tasked with understanding how much revenue are we gaining from our seats with extra legroom. The very basic thing that you could do is just look at how much revenue were we making last year and how much are we making now. So in this example, imagine last year we earned 100 million from our extra legroom seats, and then this year we're at 132 million. That sounds good. Sounds like we're doing a good thing, but that's pretty basic. Let's try to understand why are we actually going from 100 to 132 million. So let's try and think, what actually impacts our seat revenue? First is how much do they cost? So how much are we selling them for? The second is, given that price, what is the purchase rate? How often are people actually purchasing at that price? And the third is how many passengers are actually flying on our airline? There are for sure many other things we can consider, but let's go with these three for this example. The waterfall chart that I'm about to show you is going to do a really good job at making us clearly see how much of that 32 million gap is coming from the price, coming from the purchase rate, and coming from the volume. Once we actually create the waterfall chart, it should look something like this. Now I'm going to show you actually how to do this. So the way to think about this is we need to situate ourselves in the last year time frame. So last year, we know that we earned $100 million and our price was $200, purchase rate was 40%, and there were 1 million customers. We want to now slowly make our way from those last year values to the current year values. So in the last year case, the price was $200 and now we're at 300. So to isolate the effect of the price, what we're going to do is we're going to multiply that $100 difference with the old values for the purchase rate and the volume. And this gives us a $50 million impact from the price. Now, when we move to purchase rate, we're going to do the same thing, but instead of multiplying with the old price value, we're going to multiply with a new price value because we've already accounted for price in the first step. So we're going to be doing the new price times the difference of the purchase rates times the old volume. And that's going to give us minus 30 million in revenue. Now for the volume effect, since we've already accounted for the price and the purchase rate, we're going to be doing the new price times the new purchase rate times the difference in the volume, which ends up giving us a plus $12 million effect. Small word of caution, this is a sequential method, which means we're starting with the price effect, then we're going to the purchase rate and then the volume. You'll see that if you start with purchase rate first or start with volume first, the numbers are going to change a bit. So it's important to keep that in mind. If we want to be more robust with our analysis, we could look at using Shapely values. And this is a video I can make in the future, which I'll link in the description below. Now let's take a couple of minutes to show you how to actually create this in Excel. So here are the initial values as well as the effect for each of the price, purchase rate, and volume. What you're going to do is click Insert and click on the waterfall chart. And there's a couple things that we need to do to make it look proper. So first of all, we want to set this current year amount as a total. So you're going to right click it and press set as a total. And now we're pretty much there. And just to make it a little bit prettier, we changed the increases to green, the decreases to red, and the totals to blue. So once we add all of these things up, you can see that we started at 100. We've gone up $50 million because of our price. So we did good with our pricing, but that caused our revenue to come down by 30 million because the purchase rate, less people are purchasing at the high price. And then finally, we're getting a little boost from just the overall increase in the number of passengers that are flying with us. So when you put it all together, you get this beautiful chart that really makes us better understand how did we really go from that 100 million to that 132. And again, here we're only looking at 3 values, but you can be creative with this. You can add other components that you think might be important to highlight. If you like this video, feel free to watch my last video on the Simpsons paradox, where I talk about how it could be misleading your analyses. Thanks for watching.